We got a home base status report. So, for those of you who are unaware, they rebalanced extraterrestrial Rio, and this would have been old news by now, but there's something I would like to add. And it's also just sort of a part of this update. It was never really mentioned in the status report, actually, which we'll be taking a look at in a second. However, A1 did quite a saucy video. I was actually checking this out due to heavy request, and I won't spoil the moment where he one-shots a mini-boss, but basically what's happening, if I can show it somewhere in here, is his team perk, Zap Zap, which he was using for this gameplay, is ramping up in damage, and I probably should have prepped a better example, but essentially it's doing more and more and more damage, mounting into the millions, which is really crazy. He was able to get up to about 6 million, I believe, according to him. In the gameplay, I mean, he was hitting for 4 million plus the whole time, and it was ramping up more and more. So it seems like either that team perk or Rio is bugged, and I've also been reading what people have been mentioning in Discord. They've been testing around with this a lot. I have not personally gotten crazy into it, I'm sorry, but I can report what they have shared, and that is that it seems like some ability damage doesn't really change. Like the grenades seem to be doing the same amount. Weapons seem to be doing, well, more than 60%. It's kind of good, actually. So if you're using an energy weapon and you have 50% plus shields, so no blast in the past, which is a pain in my heart, is if you got that going on, it's going to be doing quite a bit of extra damage. So if you haven't tried out Rio, you might want to pull her out of the collection book or give her another go. I might be throwing her in some of my loadouts now because it's really nice. And A1 corroborated this in his video. Traps do not seem to be affected by this. So if you have energy damage traps, then I apologize for mentioning that in the previous video. It is not the case, but it's okay. I try to admit when I'm wrong and try to give you guys the most updated information. So let's I think that was all I wanted to mention on that. Let's get into the home base report here. So this is nothing we didn't already know, and by we I mean Archer and I, because he posts this stuff on our server. I'm going to move the code Mista out of the way of the chat because that is kind of annoying, so you guys can read. But I'm gonna skip over this. It's basically just fluff. Although they are mentioning that new quest line is, I'm not sure what that's gonna be. Is that a brand new quest line or just a quest line to release some of these guys coming around? I'm not sure. And then a returning defender, which they're being coy about it, but Archer went through the game files and immediately found that that's just Val. She was the same story as the Leprechaun guy. So if you were oh no, if you didn't see my video on the Leprechaun is spotted, he's basically, in fact, I'll show it. There's something in my eye. I will show it in the collection book here. I don't have Val. So I started playing the game in June of 2018. So this was just before I started playing. So what happened here was Leprechaun guy and Val came through in the springtime questline of 2018, and they just haven't been back since. It's literally that simple. So she is not different from any normal melee bruiser defender. So unfortunately, it's not that exciting, but hey, and she's not in the collection book, so she hasn't really been a thorn in the side like the Leprechaun has been. So most people like me didn't even know she existed. So yeah. Let's just take a drinking game for every time I say so in this video. Love Ranger's returning. I'm not gonna pretend this is exciting. It's just Shockwave Radius. If you bought the Powerhouse bundle, then this is what he was a clone of. And the Heartbreaker crossbow. Many of you won't even believe me or take me up on this advice, but give this weapon a try. I'll link my video down below. You're welcome to watch it. I highly recommend doing so. This is a very strong weapon now. They gave this thing a massive damage buff, and do not quote me on this, but I think it might be the strongest sniper in the game. I'm not going to check this, but it's definitely up there, and I show it properly in the video. So it's very strong. You can dual wield these and switch back and forth to lower that wait time between shots. It's very fun. I highly recommend it. And then Wargame Space Rocks is coming around. Nothing new there, but Anti-Cuddle Sarah is also very good. I'm not even being sarcastic, because melee weapon elimination granting energy can be really nice. If you have an ear splitter build, I'll link that video down below. That's honestly, I found out the other day, that's one of my most popular videos. Okay, you guys like the ear splitter. I've never understood, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy the weapon so much, because this is a loadout, this is a hero in the loadout that will help that weapon a ton, because your eliminations will just continue refreshing your energy, and the ear splitter, people like to spam that heavy attack, which takes a lot of energy. So Anti-Cuddle Sarah is basically a fantastic addition to any update, or any melee build. I'm reading two things at once. All right, War Games is here, and that's Hex is going to be coming around. I don't know why they're announcing that. Like, are these just special modifiers? I mean, can't you just, or are they just unlocking the banners one by one? These aren't new banners, right? Can somebody remind me in the comments below, because I'm not 100% certain on I think these are old banners. I don't know. It's cool that War Games is back. I haven't ran it yet. Has anybody been doing that? I feel a little bad because, you know, when Epic thinks something's worth bringing back, it's like, okay, hey, you made War Games playable again. But I haven't touched War Games in a long time, and I'm not certain if it's worth it. So if anybody has any experience doing that, I haven't done any of these banners because they're only like 100 tickets a piece, and I think you can do 2 of these at a time. Like if you do the simulation and the challenge, you can do 200, but I just haven't done it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So yeah, I'm actually curious you guys' perspective. And then lastly, of course, the oh no, okay, my top monitor taskbar, I couldn't scroll down. Machinist Mina pack is here, which we already know, but it occurred to me right before I recorded this video that I never covered the Zappomax in a Best Perks video, and there's a reason for that. I have been posting a lot more recently. I've rebooted my old Best Weapons series, which I've been wanting to do for months. I actually prefaced that in my top 10 weapon video. Is it going to load? Oh, it's not going to load. Well, anyway, 3 or 4 months ago, I prefaced that, and then I finally started doing it. So plenty of you voted for the SMG video. That is, well, probably what's going to be next. I do have to polish up one more video out tomorrow. And other things have just been happening. And based on how uninterested people seem to be in the starter pack, I didn't actually cover the Zappomax. And so it got pushed down on my priority list. I still intend to cover it. I just, is there anybody in the comments who wants me to do a focused video on this? Because the wall dynamo is pretty, like, old and tried and true. Like, I don't know that there's anything I could say in that video that most of you haven't heard before. I certainly intend on covering it, like I said. I don't know what to say. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say for this video, you guys. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see the next home base report, because this is the big thing that I'm going to dial in on for the video, is small quality of life updates. They say small, but there are some things that could really be added to improve the feature. First and foremost, search bar for weapons and schematics, because if you are somebody who plays the game like I do, your inventory probably looks like this. Just literally 1,100 plus schematics, and I trim this. I recycle stuff fairly often, so this is just a huge, and I'm kind of like group blind, and if you've ever watched my streams or been in a video where I just decided not to cut it out, you'll note that I cannot find stuff in a crowd. I'll be staring right at a thing, and then I'll be looking for the Heartbreaker the whole time. And it's not a bit. I really just can't see, and a search bar would be great. And I don't know if that kind of thing is going to be a thing or not, but yeah, I want to just make this a little bit of a discussion. If you guys want to comment down below on like different quality of life changes that you would like to see, I'd be interested, because it's amazing how while I'm playing the game, I come up with all these ideas, but as I'm sitting here, nothing's immediately in my brain other than like the search bar is a big one. They have added quality of life changes that were nice, like, ooh, leveling stuff up 10 at a time. Oh, that is so nice. I still thank you, Epic, for this, because this is like the tiniest little change, and Pokemon Go did this too, where you used to have to power up a Pokemon one at a time, and there was a whole animation. It took seconds per level, and if you were leveling something up all the way, you'd only level up half a level at a time. So in Pokemon Go, you'd literally sit there for 5 minutes maxing out a Pokemon. Nowadays, you can just go to the end and hit click done, and it's very similar in Save the World, where we're only going 10 levels at a time, but it's still very quick, and I love that. And little things like that would be really nice, and I'm curious what they have in mind, and they will definitely share it in their next home base report, and I will 100% be making a video on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later today in the shop video, or next time. There should be a stream today as well, so follow Twitch, link below.